Welcome back to another video on Influence of Sports. And my lamp stopped working last night for some reason, so I'm gonna need a new light bulb. So after curtains open, I usually don't, but let's get into my playoff predictions and we'll preview for the conference finals. I'll start with the Knicks and the Pacers because I think this is one of the harder ones to predict. They played 3 times in the regular season. The Knicks won twice, and the Pacers won once. But all these games were double-digit games. The Knicks won once by 13. They won once by 25, and the Pacers one win came by 11 points. And the last time they played was in February. And just hate the way the NBA sets up the schedule now, because I don't really think it helps with travel or back-to-backs, because teams still play a lot of back-to-backs. So I don't think the new schedule is really helping anything. I think the new schedule is really stupid, to be quite honest. But the last time they played was February, so they have not played in the last 3 months. Now, when we look at the three-seeded Knicks, they beat the Pistons in 6 games. They beat the Celtics in 6 games. So in total, they've played 12 playoff games already. And in both the Pistons series, they could have easily lost, but they were able to escape that one against a younger and inexperienced team. So they were able to get out the first round. Then in the Celtics series, they took both games in TD Garden, going up 2-0, going back to New York, and ended up winning the series in 6 games. They had the one game they lost when Tatum wasn't playing, but they took care of business in Game 6 at the Garden. So the Knicks winning both series in 6, even though, like I said, the Pistons pushed them to their limits. They looked great in the Celtics series. They looked a lot better. So they were able to get to their first conference finals since 2000. Then we look at the Pacers, who was the team just in the conference finals last year. And they beat the Bucks in 5, had a healthy Giannis. Unfortunately, Dame was hurt, but everybody said the Pacers can't beat a healthy Giannis, and then Giannis stayed healthy this year, and the Pacers still won. They won in 5 against the Bucks. Then the Pacers took on the one-seeded 64-win Cavaliers. Had injuries with Garland, Mobley, Hunter, Miro. So they had a few injuries throughout the series, but the Cavs still had chances in the series, and they were not able to take advantage of that. And the Pacers, they were able to win. They won the first 2 games in Cleveland, and they lost Game 3 when Garland was able to play. But they won the next 2. Tyrese Halliburton had a game winner in Game 2. Had some clutch performances throughout that series. Had 31 points in Game 5. He was pretty efficient from the field, and they ended up beating the Cavaliers in 5 as well. So the 4-seeded Pacers are facing the 3-seeded Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals. These two teams meet. They always find a way to meet in the playoffs. The last time they met in the conference finals was 2000, but they just played in the playoffs against each other last year in the second round, which the Pacers won in 7 games to advance to the conference finals. Now they're both here meeting for the first time since 2000 in the conference finals, and this rivalry continues, and obviously with Brunson and Tyrese Halliburton. So, and I think both of them perform pretty well in this series. Now, this one gets interesting. Throughout the playoffs so far, Brunson's averaging 28 points, 4 rebounds, and 7 assists. Halliburton's averaging 18 points, 5 rebounds, and 9 assists. But even though Halliburton's points may be down, he still does a lot more on the court. It isn't just about him scoring, because you need more than just scoring to win games. You need playmaking. You need things like that. So they've both been good in the playoffs so far. But I do see. I got the Pacers winning in 6 games. I think them playing. I think the Pacers getting. They've only played 10 playoff games compared to the Knicks, who have played 12. Which 2 games isn't a large difference, but they could affect them in the long run. I do see the Pacers winning this. I think it comes down to who is going to be the more reliable second option when it comes down to Karl-Anthony Towns and Pascal Siakam. That's what I think it comes down to. I don't think it had Brunson. I think he's going to be great. I think Brunson will be the best player in the series. I do think Halliburton will have a good series as well, but I think it comes down to who will step up between Pascal Siakam and Karl-Anthony Towns. And Karl-Anthony Towns is once again in the conference finals. He was last year with the Timberwolves. Now he's here with the Knicks. Now, can he perform better than Pascal Siakam, who has championship experience, who's won a title with the Raptors, had playoff runs even after that in the bubble going to the second round. So he's had experience in the playoffs. So I think and obviously being with the Pacers now, So I think Pascal, I think he's in for another good run. I think he's gonna have a great conference finals, and I think he's gonna be much better than Cat. Now the Knicks do have, now I'm not ruling the Knicks out because they do have Mitchell Robinson, who will get him some good minutes. But if Cat gets a foul trouble, you don't want Mitchell Robinson out there with Miles Turner, because Miles Turner can shoot the three and he's gonna light it up. So with this team, and then Nimhard, like stat, even though this Pacers team wasn't one of the best defensive teams, they were the fourth best team record-wise in the league since January 1st. It was the Celtics, it was OKC, Cavs, Celtics, forgot the order, but the Pacers were fourth. They had the fourth best record since January 1st, since we entered the new year. So I think that high streak continues. I think they beat the Knicks in 6. I think the Pacers are going to get a lot from their bench. I'm expecting a lot more from the Pacers bench than I do with the Knicks bench. And I think them guys are going to play way too many minutes in this conference finals. But you know, Teals likes to limit his rotation. I think the Pacers have a deeper team, and they're poised to win it and go to the finals. So I had the Pacers winning this in 6. Now on to the Western Conference Finals between OKC and Minnesota. Both of them had much different paths to getting here. The one-seeded Thunder beat the Grizzlies in 4 games, swept them easily. Then they just got done playing the Nuggets, beating them in Game 7, embarrassing them in Game 7. Then the Timberwolves, that won both their series in 5 games, beating my Lakers in 5 games in the first round, and they didn't even have home court in that series. So great win for them. Then they went on to face the Warriors, who know they didn't have Steph for 4 games, but you still had playoff Jimmy, as everybody likes to call him, who wasn't aggressive, and Pods and Kuminga was shooting more shots than him. Jimmy wasn't aggressive at all. So the Timberwolves were able to win that series. Anthony Edwards, Julius Randle stepped up. It's probably been Julius Randle's best playoffs of his career, and through 10 games for the Timberwolves to advance to the conference finals. As a 6 seed, the last time a 6 seed got this far was actually last year when the Pacers advanced, being the 6 seed, getting to the conference finals. And then OKC, they played 11 games to get here, so not much of a difference once again. And then through the regular season, they played twice. OKC won by 7 points one time, 8 points another time. Then in the Timberwolves 2 wins, they won by 3 once and won by 15 once. So a 2-2 series, 2-2 season split. They also split with OKC, also split with the Nuggets. So I do see, the thing about this is they played 3 games against each other in February and once in December. So it's not really they didn't really get a different look from the teams. Like you can't, like obviously the matchups are gonna change throughout the regular season, but playing a team that close to each other, like you see a team 3 times in 1 month, it don't really give you time to really have a completely different game plan. It doesn't give you time to really see things differently. So they went from 1 game in December to 3 in February. That's why I don't like the schedule. If you see a team 4 times through February, December to February, that's like middle of the season, because that's around All-Star break. So that's essentially, you see a team 4 times in the middle of the season. You don't see them to start the season. You don't see them to end the season to see if things look different. So now you're really just going off of film and things of that nature. So OKC, the only team in the league that was top 5 in offense and defense this year. But this Timberwolves team is also deep. You cannot rule this team out. They have a very good chance of winning this series. And I think, and the same reason why I said, these teams match up well against each other. So Shea, he's averaging 29 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. Anthony Edwards averaging 26 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. Like, both of these teams are really good. Even though Minnesota had a down season, they're still a super deep team. You got Nas Reed coming off the bench. You got Nikhil, who's going to give you some good minutes. Randall's having his best playoffs ever. Rudy Gobert, he's going to give you good defense and rebounding. And on the other side, you got Hardenstein and Chet. You got J-Dub, he had an inconsistent second round, but he stepped up in the most important game for them during this playoffs, dropping 24 in Game 7, having 17 in that first half. So I do have OKC in 7, because I think the Timberwolves, they're not just going to lay down. They're going to make it hard for OKC. In every series they had, they came out and won the game 1. So that could very well be the case in this series as well. They could win game 1, and they could, I think they can take home court, especially if Randall continues playing the way he does. But a team like OKC, the reason why I'm not betting against them is because being top 5 in offense and defense, it's not just something any team is going to be able to do. This is a young team that's hungry and ready to go to the finals. I don't think obviously, I think both of these teams are in the same spot because the Timberwolves got here last year. So now you get back to the conference finals, you can't lose in 5 again. You have to at least extend it to 6 or 7. But you're in a position where you should be able to go to the finals now, being in back-to-back conference finals. But with OKC, it's like I said, top 5 in offense and defense, back-to-back seasons. That's the first seed. You're in the conference finals after losing in the second round last year. Now you're in a position to win now. So I like this series because both of these teams are in the same spot, even though it's different circumstances. They're both in the same spot in a sense because they both have to advance. They can't. What OKC lost in 6 last year to Dallas, so that's why neither one of these teams can lose in 5 or 6 games. And I think neither team is going to lay down. Like Ant, he might have his struggles, but you know he's going to be aggressive and do what he can to get wins. Shea, same thing for him. Then it comes down to the second and third options: Jada, Chet, Randall, McDaniels. Like, what are they going to be able to do? And I think this series is going to be down to the wire. I see it going 7. I do have OKC in 7, but I don't think their game 7. If this goes 7, I think it'll be just like their regular season. Like it was only all these losses were in between 15 points or less. It was only one double-digit win, and that was by the Timberwolves when they won by 15. This is a series where maybe if this goes 7, maybe 5 of the games are close. Maybe you get 2 blowouts during the series. That's how I'm looking at this series. I do think Shea will be the best player in the series and lead his team to the finals, and we get an OKC Pacers NBA Finals this year. That is what I see happening. And for a conference finals MVP, that's still kind of stupid, but my predictions for that, I see Pascal winning it for the Pacers. I think he'll win a conference finals MVP. Then for OKC, I think I got Shea winning Western Conference Finals MVP. So that is my predictions. I do have the Pacers and OKC going to the finals, and then we'll see what happens. I could be wrong, but either way, after the conference finals is over, I will do my finals predictions as well, no matter who it is. So congratulations to all 4 teams who have made it this far, and let's see if a great playoffs can continue between these 4 teams in this conference finals. Make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment who you got. Do you have the Pacers or Knicks, and do you have OKC or the Timberwolves?